My name is Dr. Barbara Fair. I am the Landscape Extension Specialist for North Carolina State University. I'm also a certified arborist, and that's what brings us here today to this park in Cary. We're going to talk about trees, and we're going to talk about trees that are best for stormwater management. A really great plant for your landscape for a variety of reasons, but also for stormwater runoff mitigation, is this sweet Bay Magnolia. It's a native plant. It gets to be about 30-35 feet tall and wide, and it has this really great semi-evergreen foliage. And the other really awesome feature about this plant is it has these cream-colored flowers that smell magnificent. It's something that you might want to put close to your house or out near your patio where you can enjoy it throughout the summer. Doesn't get a ton of flowers, but it does flower kind of prolifically for about a month. And it also is great for rain garden situations. One of the best categories of plants for your landscape, for a variety of reasons, they provide many, many ecological benefits as well as economic benefits, are oaks. One of the best oaks that you can plant for your landscape is white oak. White oak has a beautiful kind of gray, flaky bark. It has a broad canopy. It gets to be about 80 or so feet tall and wide, and they're fairly long-lived as well. Everybody thinks oaks grow kind of slowly, and that's not necessarily the case. White oak actually grows fairly quickly if it's in a good site. The really important thing about white oak is that it provides acorns for wildlife. And so not only that, but it's also really important to pollinator species. Important pollinator species use it sporadically over the season. So another great oak to use in your landscape is live oak. Now live oak you're probably thinking about is a plant that you see in the South, right? Down in Charleston, and some amazing large trees with huge trunks and big spreading canopies. So of course a tree that needs a lot of space, but it doesn't mean you can't still fit it in your landscape. Choosing that tree can add some variety to your landscape, as well as big broad canopy that's going to help mitigate stormwater for sure. Another option for your landscape is one that's kind of unusual. It's called chalkbark maple, and chalkbark maple is native to kind of the western part of North Carolina, and it's called that because it has kind of whitish gray bark. It is a maple, so it has that nice typical maple foliage that you think of. It has a wonderful nice fall color, and the best thing to me about it is it gets in that 40 or so foot range, height and width, and it's something unusual. Give that one a try because it is very tolerant of southern conditions. Along with the chalkbark maple is sugar maple. Sugar maple, you think about sugar maple, you think about maple syrup, right? So beautiful fall color. There are many different cultivars of that species available out there, so you want to choose the one that's best suited for your landscape because they get different sizes. The fall color is premier with most of these, a beautiful reddish, kind of golden, a lot of variation there. It's going to be a plant that gets in that 45 or so, 50 feet tall and wide, a beautiful rounded canopy. Another plant you might want to think about is American elm. Now we used American elm in the northeastern part of the United States for many, many years. It can range all the way from Canada down certainly into North Carolina. It is a native species. We used it along the streets for a variety of reasons, and one of the big ones was it's very adaptable, so you should definitely give American elm a try. If you want a very large, about 60 to 80 foot tall tree with an upright kind of spreading vase-shaped canopy, that's a great one to put near your house, as long as you put it in the right location. Now, if you have a small landscape, then you're going to be limited. You may not be able to plant some of these really large trees. You want to think about some great understory trees. There's some wonderful natives like witch hazel, blooms early in the spring. There's also one that blooms in the fall, fall flowering witch hazel. There's a lot of really great variation there, as well as redbuds, another native. Those are kind of understory trees. They're going to help provide layering that will help with wildlife and also screening and a variety of other really great benefits. When you are deciding what kind of trees and other plants to put in your landscape, you're going to actually think about it in a very broad way. There are many reasons that we put plants in the landscape. Obviously, we want them to be pretty. But there are many other really important ecological functions of plants, particularly trees, because they're the largest component in our landscape. Obviously, we've been talking today a lot about stormwater mitigation, so selecting the right trees to help slow that water down and allow it to infiltrate and soak into the ground is really important. We hope that you enjoyed this video. There are a lot of great resources out there to learn more about these plants. Of course, Cary has options for you to find more information as well. And certainly the North Carolina Cooperative Extension folks have great information for you. Get out there and find some information on plants for your landscape. To get started on this and other landscaping projects, visit townofcary.org/reinitin.